Okay, well, welcome to our essential oils for back to school. We are so happy to have you here. This is such a crucial time that we're in, and we're just hoping our intention in this class is to make sure that you have some foundational information about essential oils, kind of telling you, what are the possibilities? Why even pay attention to essential oils? So we're going to tell you a couple really cool things about them, which will help you, hopefully, if you don't have essential oils in your home already, that will spark your attention. If you do have essential oils in your home, then it's probably a little bit of a review, but it's good information, and you may even hear something that you didn't know before. We're going to briefly teach you how 3 ways to use the oils, but then we're going to really focus on this back to school topic of how to de-stress and handle the anxiety, how to stay healthy and have a great back to school, whether you're staying home or whether you're going back to your in-person school. And then ultimately, if you don't have oils in your home, how you can get the oils so that you can arm yourself with some of the tips and tools that we're going to teach you about today. So first off, I want to ask you, what are your major concerns? We just had a lot of people say in the chat box, but I want to give anyone who's just jumping on an opportunity. If you want to unmute yourself and speak up, you can actually do that. If anybody wants to chime in, what's your biggest concerns? I put some here on the board we already talked, someone already said anxiety, we already said sleep, we already said motivation, worried about getting sick. So all of these, I think a lot of these have been mentioned. Anything else? What are some of the other concerns? Okay, hair loss. that pulling your hair out as you're dealing with all this. I guarantee that's probably not the only person who's thinking that. Anything else? Okay. Got it. All right. So, yeah, is everybody, maybe everybody just type a yes or give me a thumbs up. If you're looking at this list of the concerns and you're like, that is totally exactly what's going on in my family. Or I'm feeling this, and this. Kids right now, as they're facing going back to school, there are all kinds of worries that are on our minds. We're worried about, what our kids are going to be, all the changes and all the uncertainty that comes with that. We're worried about how much chemicals they're being, I want to say inflicted, exposed to is the word, not inflicted, exposed to with all of the, cleaning supplies and the constant hand sanitizing and things like that, as well as, all of the isolation that comes with all the protective measures we're taking, and the stress and the worry with the feeling overwhelmed and uncertain by listening to all the talk and hearing what adults are saying and really having those concerns. Well, we want to go ahead and make sure that you have some tools that can help you guys manage all of the things that are happening around us. And I'm really excited to tell you that essential oils really do have the ability to help with so many of these things. And we're going to go into 3 cool things about essential oils that'll kind of give you a little bit of a foundation to help you know how that's even possible. Okay, so first off, the very first thing about essential oils that is so amazing is that they are 100% natural and safe. That means you can use them without any worry of having side effects or being subject to addictions or worry about how it's going to affect your body in a negative way. We often joke that essential oils just have only side benefits, not side effects, right? And they're safe for kids, babies, parents, elderly, people of all ages. They're safe for. doTERRA's essential oils are 100%, we say they're 100% natural and safe because they actually have one of the highest certifications of purity and potency that that is available to on the market today, right? They are actually tested. They have we have over 35 tests that they go through from third parties as well as internal testing to ensure that you're getting exactly what you expect, and it's 100% essential oil. They're not diluted or alterated in any way. These essential oils are extracted from plants that have amazing health benefits to start out with, and the essential oil is more powerful, 50 to 70 times more powerful than the herb if you used an herb of the same plant. So it's incredibly powerful and potent. This certified pure therapeutic grade certification means that doTERRA's oils are both pure and potent. They're pure, nothing's added to them like we talked about. And potent means that they are actually grown in the part of the world where they're indigenous, which means that you're getting the ideal chemistry, and the ideal chemistry means you can count on the result. You're going to get the result that you're looking for because every batch is tested to make sure that it is exactly what we're looking for and has all the chemical constituents to give you the results that you're hoping by using the essential oil. And that is so important. There's so many oils on the market that we just can't trust. They're diluted. They often have are alterated in many different ways, blended with cheaper oils, have synthetics. This is a brand that you can have brand loyalty and trust with because of all of the time, effort, and money that doTERRA puts into ensuring that they are giving you exactly what and only the essential oil in the bottle, exactly what you expect and only what you expect without any additions. And that is super amazing peace of mind as a mom when you are giving these to your children and wanting to make sure that they're safe, right? So I love that they're 100% natural and safe. The second really amazing thing about essential oils is that they're often more effective than even modern approaches to healthcare. So we're not talking about throwing healthcare out the window and modern medicine out the window. That's not what we're endorsing. We're just here to share with you how essential oils are super effective for supporting the body in healing. Supporting your immune system and other body functions that your body's amazing. It can do amazing things. It can have amazing healing properties, and essential oils really support and aid your body in doing that. And one of the reasons why it's so effective over modern, a lot of modern medicines is, and those of you who are in the medical field, you're going to think this is really elementary, but just bear with us. If you can picture your cells in your body, just picture it, pretend my fist is a cell. Each of one of your cells has a protective membrane, an oily membrane that protects the cells, keeps the good things in and the bad things out. Well, there's two things that are really harmful, essentially harmful to your cells. Those two things are bacteria and viruses. So bacteria, it actually grows on the outside of the cell, but viruses actually duplicate the DNA on the inside of the cell. So when you go to the doctor and you end up having a bacterial infection, they're able to prescribe you an antibiotic, right? And then you take that antibiotic for 7 to 10 days. It does take care of most of the times, it takes care of the bacterial infection, but it often wreaks havoc with your gut and has other side effects. And there's so many allergies and other things that are surrounding that also. But when you go to the doctor for a virus, what do they tell you? Good luck, right? Go home, get rest, stay, they could possibly give you medication or a suggestion for treating symptoms, but they can't really give you anything to treat the virus. They say it's just got to run its course. And all you can do is hope that your immune system is strong enough to get you through that course of the virus. Well, what is so amazing is essential oils. Well, the reason why doctors can't actually give you medicine for it is because modern medicine is often water-based synthetic medicine, which is not able to cross that oily cell membrane. But essential oils, that's not the case. It actually can permeate that cell membrane and get into the cell and affect and support your body to take care of that virus and stop it from duplicating and replicating and taking longer to run its course. And so that's an amazing property that essential oils have that you just don't find in modern medicine. And that is so important to me. That is the second cool thing. Oh, whoops. My mouse is very touchy. The third cool thing is that they're super affordable. So when you go to the doctor, whether you have a $10 or $5 or even a $0 copay, essential oils can actually be even less expensive than that. So if you have to go to the doctor, you are going and having to spend your time, taking time away from work, maybe even if you're not leaving work, you're still spending the gas to get to the doctor. You're putting yourself at risk and your family members at risk by being exposed to whatever's in the doctor's office. And all of that just to have a doctor tell you that you have a virus and to go home and take care of it, right? So when you have essential oils in your home and you have the tools, like here, I'm going to show you. This is one of our resource tools that help us to know how to use the oils and how to use it for first aid or for illness or any kind of ailments. When you have the tools along with essential oils in your home, you're able to treat things immediately without having to take that trip to the doctor. And there are definitely things you go to the doctor for, but 80% you can handle at home. Here's an example we have on this slide of tea tree and lavender. A couple drops of lavender, a couple drops of tea tree. When you have a child with an ear infection, putting that behind the ear a couple of times over the day, it's going to cost you literally pennies per dose, about 64 cents to cure an ear infection. So this is incredibly affordable. In a bottle of essential oils, the 15 milliliter bottle that are shown here, I'm holding up, there's about 270 drops. So when a dose is only 1 or 2 drops a couple of times, you can tell how many doses are in a bottle of essential oils. So it's incredibly cost effective. So those are a couple of things that we wanted you to know about essential oils as we get going. Colette is actually going to be sharing with us briefly 3 ways to use essential oils, and then we're going to be talking about them specifically for your children and families as you're going and addressing some of these things for back to school. Colette.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to see everybody on tonight. So this is exciting for me. But so we heard 3 cool things about essential oils, and I want to share with you 3 basic ways to use them. So first of all, the first way is to use them aromatically, and this is the fastest way to use essential oils as far as how it is accesses to our fastest way to access our brain. So let me give you an example. If you pinch just the top of your nose here, right above the bridge of your nose, that's your olfactory nerve, and it sends messages to your limbic system in your brain, which then sends messages all over your body. An example of that is maybe when you go in for surgery and you have anesthesia, or you might have laughing gas at the dentist. In as little as 30 seconds of breathing the synthetic compounds through the mask, your olfactory nerve is triggered and it sends signals to your body to help you relax and feel euphoric. It is exactly the same with natural compounds that are found in our essential oils. So one of the fastest ways to get essential oils into our system is simply breathing them in. And so aromatically is a really great way to do that. So you can do that through a diffuser. I have just a little one here tonight. A diffuser it helps. It can affect an entire room or an entire area. So you can have this positive effect on your mood just in the room. If you guys will pull out your wild orange samples, I've got my wild orange here, but some of you may have a little vial, some of you may have the wild orange in a Mylar bag. So if you just take a little drop and put it in your hand, we're just going to rub it. And then I want you to cup your hands and just breathe it in. I love that. It is amazing. I love the smell of orange. I carry it with me all the time. Orange is really invigorating. It's energizing to me, and it's uplifting to the mood. In fact, I do have it diffusing, and my diffuser also, just to kind of get rid of my nerves tonight. But that is another way to use your essential oils aromatically, is to just simply breathe them, or you can even just open your bottle and just take a good little whiff. That's another good way to just get that effect.
Here's a couple of diffuser blends that are very specific for back to school. If you want to screenshot this, you're welcome to. It's a good idea. Cedar mentioned.
Yes, thank you. I love that. Okay, the second way to use essential oils is topically. And you can actually apply oils directly to your skin. So you can dilute it with a fractionated coconut oil. You would want to do that maybe for children and people with sensitive skin. It's just as effective. It does take a little bit longer to absorb, so you'll have a more sustained absorption, and so you won't feel that tingling sensation with some of the oils. A carrier oil, any kind of carrier oil can actually help drive the oil deeper into your body. We like to use the fractionated coconut oil because it doesn't leave a greasy residue. It soaks into your skin very quickly. There are a few oils that are considered a hot oil. Some of those an example of those would be oregano or cassia or thyme. And if you were to possibly get a hot oil in a sensitive area, maybe in your eyes or your nose or your ears, you can quickly put fractionated coconut oil or cooking oil on to soothe that heat or that tingling sensation. And it
really goes away in like seconds, right?
It does. It does. Yeah, it's really effective. A great place to apply oils topically is on the bottoms of our feet. Our feet have a tougher skin. It's not as sensitive, and it's a great way to apply for babies and for children. It won't bother them. The pores on the bottom of our feet are really big, and the oil absorbs very quickly into our bloodstream. It's a great way to get oils into your system quickly, and really effective on children. The third way.
Well,
look at this. I was going to say, yes. Look at this. I love this. This is another good screenshot you might want to take. This dilution recipe is good to have on hand. Typically, when you are applying them, when you want to apply an essential oil, one way to do that is to put them in a roller bottle in a combination with a fractionated coconut oil. So for adults, you would put, and this is a 10 milliliter roller bottle, and you could put 10 to 15 drops of an oil in that bottle for adults and fill the rest up with fractionated coconut oil. It makes it really easy to take with you anywhere or to apply quickly. For children, you would want to put 5 drops of oil and the rest of it coconut oil. And then for babies, just 1 or 2 drops in this 10 milliliter roller bottle and fill the rest with coconut oil and for the best effectiveness. So great suggestion there. That's another good screenshot. Okay, the third way is internally. So doTERRA oils are not only safe to use internally, but they are actually recommended. We can only speak to our doTERRA oils with confidence about taking things internally because of the CPTG certification standard. If it has a nutritional label on your oil, just like you see, I don't know if you're able to see this, just like you might see on our food, if you can see a nutritional supplement fact label, then that typically, you know that's safe to take internally. There are just a few oils that are recommended not to take internally, and they're labeled as well. But for the most part, you can take the oils internally. If you don't like the taste, you could also put a few drops of oil in a veggie cap and digest it that way. Another way I like to use my oils is I put them in my water. So I love to put citrus in my water throughout the day. Lemon especially is one of my favorites, but any citrus really. They're detoxifying, they cleanse your body.
We're actually going to talk more in detail about that in a little bit too.
Yeah, but that is one that I really like to use. So yeah, those are the three ways to use essential oils, and I can't wait to talk about some of the ways that we're going to utilize that. So we've got some great suggestions for you.
All right, thanks. Okay, so the new reality that we're dealing with or being faced with, what our families are dealing with every day as they go back to school, is that fear. We talked about these in the beginning, the fear of the unknown, right? They're being distracted and unable to focus because there's so much change. There's so many new things to get used to, so many things that are just going to feel different, whether they're staying home or whether they're going back to school, right? There's so much isolation, which causes stress and anxiety. Even when people are around them, because of all of the masks and distancing that we're having to do with what's going on right now, they're feeling scared of getting sick or being accused of being sick, right? Or, you know, we have they're overhearing lots of talk about, oh, this person is, and lots of judgment going on. This person's doing this, or this person's not doing that. There's a lot of judgment, and that's reflecting back on kids. And that's something that they're worried about, as well as us adults. They're also dealing with us as stressed adults, right? They're dealing with adults that are dealing with even more than we ever have before, because there's all of this and we're worried about our kids. And then just overhearing all the talk and just not having a full understanding of what's going on. I mean, even us as adults are struggling with that area too. Some of the results that we're living with is there's increased stress and anxiety in kids. Kids are struggling to focus, and that creates the falling behind cycle, right? Where they're not able to focus on their studies or on learning. They fall behind. That adds more stress and more strain, and they get falling behind even more, right? It makes it hard to learn more than ever. So I mean, with even regular kids who don't seem to struggle with focus, this is now a new problem that they are going to be faced with. And then children who may be in the situation that focus was a challenge for them before, this is just increasing that. And on top of it all, that stress, that strain, the worry weakens our immune system. So we have to be extra vigilant in strengthening our immune system even more than we ever have before. All of the stress and the anxiety, the emotions that we're dealing with can cause a ton of digestive and gut issues that people have not experienced before, or are making gut issues worse, that are exacerbating issues. And then we have just dealing with depression and other emotional concerns. These are just to name a few, and thankfully we have essential oils that can help, and we want to just show you a couple of ways that essential oils can help relieve some of these things that we're faced with right now, and the results of what we're being faced with, that we're experiencing, and how we can kind of, you know, lessen the strain, right? And help us get through this even easier. So one of the things that we want to suggest is that you take a preventative approach. So arm your children and arm yourself. I would say any advice, we're going to be talking focused on helping your children and going back to school, but you as moms and dads and teachers, I would suggest anything that we're offering as a suggestion for your children, you adopt for yourself too, right? So we would suggest that you arm your kids before they ever leave your house. Now, pictured here is our doTERRA children's collection. And I want to point something out while we're looking at this picture. If you can see on each of the bottles of our children's oils, there's a little icon. You see 3 different icons. There's a heart or a brain or a body on the oils. This is an indication of what body system this would be used for. So I just barely learned that. I just thought it was just a cute symbol, and I realized, oh wait, there's a meaning behind this symbol. And so I love I wanted you to make sure you understood that as we're moving forward. So we would suggest that you choose at least 3 oils to start your daily routine with. 1, choose an oil for emotional support. So the 2 oils that in the kids collection, now the kids collection, these are oil blends that are pre-diluted with fractionated coconut oil, so they're the perfect dilution for children. The 2 heart blends are Steady and Brave. So Steady is our grounding blend. The adult version of Steady is Balance. Okay, so if you're doing this for yourself, Balance would be a great option. But you know what? You can use the kid ones too. And kids can use the adult ones. It's not like you can't, these aren't adult oils. We're just saying this one is ideally formulated for children. But you can use this too. Steady, it evokes a calm and balanced mood. It promotes feelings of relaxation and calm. And what I would suggest you do when you pick an oil for emotional support, you can, one of the places how you can apply it is applying it to your pulse points. Okay, so if you're going to be using multiple, this is a tip that you want to remember. So we're telling you to pick 3 different oils to arm your children with. If you are going to be using a roller bottle, you don't want to be using it over the same area. You'll end up mixing your blends. Okay, so if you're going to do that, you're going to want to put it in the palm of your hand and then apply it to where you're going to apply it. And then you can use the other hand for the other one if you want, and then use the third one, put it on the place that you're going to do it. Then use your hand for the second one and your other hand for the third one. That way you're not directly rolling it from the bottle where you've put the other oils. Does that make sense? I guess I kind of said that confusing. So, because then you don't want to contaminate your roller bottles, right? And a lot of the kid ones are in roller bottles. And so you either put them in different places on your body, or if you're going to layer them on the same area, like putting them on the back of your neck, for instance, which is a really great place to put oils for children, or for emotional support. Do it the way I just told you, where you put one on first here, one on a hand, one on hand. Okay, so you're going to pick one for emotional support, Steady or Brave. So one place you can put it is your wrists, your pulse points. This enables you to rub your wrists together. It gets right there into and absorbs into your bloodstream, right? And then you also can smell it and just cup your nose like this, like Colette showed us, and just take some deep cleansing breaths. Behind your ears is another great place, or on the back of your neck. Always, like Colette said, the bottom of your feet. We also are showing you here our emotional aromatherapy blends, and these are great for anyone. These are also pre-diluted. Anything in a roller bottle that's a blend like this, they're diluted for topical application. Okay, so these are not ones you're going to open and put in a diffuser. These are diluted for topical application. So Steady would be great if you're feeling like you need to be grounded, or Brave is a great one if you feel like you need some courage. It helps you with confidence, it's energizing and invigorating. It helps with affirmations, positive attitudes, and creates that confidence and courage that kids could use as they're getting ready for school. So this is preventative, right?
Another thing I wanted to you mentioned briefly also, but these roller blends, especially for the children, they have a combination of some of the top oils combined in them. So these blends are a really effective oil already made up for the kids. For example, the Brave, it has wild orange, amyris, osmanthus, and cinnamon. I mean, it already has some of the top oils suggested for those particular uses and for FX. So I love that they're already done for you, and the kids can rub them on, you can rub them on quickly, and you know you've armed them before they've
And you know what I love about it too? Colette, thanks for bringing that up, is that the kids collection comes with these great little cards. And these little cards tell you, it allows you to give it to a child and let them read, and if they're able to read, let them read about the different ones, and that's how they can choose. It helps them It helps them identify, does that sound like how I'm feeling, or does that sound like what I want? And they can really choose this intuitively, what they're going to use. So on top of choosing something preventatively for emotional blend, oh, you know what I didn't tell you? Another great place for an emotional blend is to put it directly on their, over their heart, is a good place to put an emotional blend. Okay, and then, so to support your immune system, we've got 3 immune system supporting oils. We've got Stronger. The equivalent is On Guard in the regular oil, okay? On Guard. It promotes feelings of wellness and vitality. It's strengthening and protecting. It boosts your immune system. It can soothe your emotions during times of distress. This would be a great one to support your body's immune support. Tamer, I actually don't have a Tamer here to show you, but Tamer is, the equivalent is DigestZen. Okay, so this is for, you know, we talked about the stress and anxiety giving people the upset stomach or causing diarrhea or other gut issues. Tamer is a great one to use for children to help calm that upset stomach, to, you know, and you would rub Tamer directly on their abdomen, directly over their lower abdomen or over their stomach. Stronger, for the protective, down your spine and on your feet would be a great place to put Stronger. Tamer right on the stomach to help with digestive. And then Rescuer, the equivalent to Rescuer is Deep Blue, which I don't have any sitting around my desk to lift up. But this would be, the equivalent would be Deep Blue. And so this is great to relieve tension, you know, that stress that's making us tense, but also it's great for growing pains, soothing and comforting the skin, sore muscles. The emotional benefits are helping you feel comfortable, capable, and courageous. The third area you're going to want to pick an oil for is for your learning support. So we've emotionally supported ourselves preventatively. We've boosted our immune system before we ever leave the house for school, and we're going to prepare our brain. Now, one thing I want to share here is, you know, Colette talked about how aromatherapy, or using it aromatically, not aromatherapy, but yes, it is aromatherapy, but aromatically is the fastest way to our brain, right? Through that olfactory nerve. She talked about that. When I first learned about essential oils, I got taking it on, you know, putting it on an area for some affecting it. I even understood taking it internally. I actually thought it was, I thought it's nice that they smell good, but I had no idea that just smelling actually created a physiological response, and by using an oil. And so I heard this definition, but this analogy that I thought really helped me understand. Colette shared about how, you know, similar to getting anesthesia or something like that. Well, when it comes to emotions, or your brain being alert and attentive, and you know, that neurological system in your body, you know, waking up and being effective. So the analogy is like weeding a garden, right? So if you have dry, hard ground when you go to weed a garden, it makes it really difficult to pull out the weeds. And if you water the garden and prepare the soil a little bit, it makes the weeding a lot easier, and you're able to pull those weeds out, roots and all. Think of having essential oil is like watering your brain. It's preparing your brain, right? Preparing the soil. You're not really watering your brain, but you know what I'm saying in this analogy. It makes it so you are able to move through and deal with emotions, and you know, get rid of the distractions and the declutter, so that your brain can function properly, and your emotions can be you can actually control your emotions. Your emotions don't control you. Keeps you out of that fight or flight, keeps you in thinking logically and making good choices. So I love this idea that the essential oils can really affect your brain. The two in the children's kit are Thinker. The equivalent of thinker is going to be in tune. I don't think I have one right here. I should have grabbed all of these equivalents, but I didn't. Is in tune. And this helps with prevent mental distraction. It distills a sense of alertness and focus, and it clears your minds. It helps you be attentive. This is a great one for when you're doing homework or when you're trying to focus in class. And this is awesome to just roll on the back of your neck. It's great to put down a kid's spine first thing in the morning, but they can keep these in their pocket, or hopefully they can take these things to school. If not, have them put it in their lunch box and just apply it at lunch instead of having it like in their pocket that may not be allowed. So you'll have to double check on that when it comes to your school regulations. But you can arm them, definitely arm them before they go to school. The other one is calmer. Now the equivalent to this one would be serenity in the regular oils. This creates an atmosphere of rest and peace. So even if you're not at a time when you'd be sleepy, this isn't going to make you sleepy, but at bedtime, this will help you, aid you in relaxing and calming down and being able to rest and relax. But it also, just during the day when you have stresses and high tension, this will help you to relax and stay calm. It brings peace and reassurance, and there's so much that kids can benefit from that. So my suggestion would be with this is that when you're brushing your teeth, getting ready for the day, you have pull out your oils, whether it's the kids collection or the touch collection, or even just your regular oils, and choose a preventative oil for those 3 areas to arm your kids before they ever leave the house or before they ever start their day of school at home. All right.
Now, Annette, one thing that we do in our house is we actually have them located in different parts of our house. So there are some of these blends that my son uses regularly that he will put on when he gets ready for bed. That's in the bathroom, or in the morning when he's brushed his teeth before, he's got his little On Guard and everything. And at night, he's got a couple that he'll apply at night, and they're just by his bedside. So it's just helps with the habit, and just makes it easily accessible.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great tip, Colette. Thank you. All right, we're actually going to watch a little video of a little boy, and this is the In Tune that I talked about that's equivalent to the thinker. So this one happens to be, the In Tune is what he used, but I want you're just going to eat this story up. It's so amazing. I love to hear this little boy's story. So here we go.
If my brain could talk to me, it would say, like, go hide under your desk, go talk to your friends, go throw a pencil across the room and make somebody mad. Something like that. I had a tough time focusing and listening to the teacher what would say, and even the times that I did listen, I would usually forget, and then I would ask the teacher what it was again, and then she would just get mad at me and say I wasn't focusing and wasn't listening, so that kind of affected my grades a little bit. Made me feel like I wasn't that good of a kid and everybody else was doing way better than me. They usually got like a straight O's, and outstanding is what it means, or A pluses. Before, I used to get satisfaction, so yeah, kind of good, but not really.
One time, his teacher pulled me aside and just shared with me all of the negative things that Everest had been doing. And just the list went on, and she had no solutions for me, just problems. And I remember going out in the car and calling my husband and just sobbing because I didn't know what to do for him. And I know he wanted so badly to be good, and he would even pray at night about it.
At night, I would pray that I would usually say, like, that I could focus in school better and please help the teachers not yell at me and help me be better than I was yesterday. Something like that.
It's really hard watching your child suffer and not knowing what to do to help them. And we even contemplated going with medication, but I really didn't want to go that route. I wasn't comfortable with it. So I was talking to my mom one day, and she introduced me to some Focus Blend essential oils and said, this might help, you should try it.
I use the Focus Blend by putting it on the back of my neck, and it helps because it's easier to get up to my brain, just right up there. So, and I kept it in my pocket. My brain was really foggy and it was hard to think. And after, it wasn't so foggy, it only had like an inch of fog, and that's not that much for what I had, like 5 or a foot of fog.
So I applied the Focus Blend essential oils to Everest on a Thursday, and I went into school the following Monday and asked his teacher, so how has he been doing? And she said, he has been so different. What did you do? And I said, well, when did you notice a difference? And she said, Thursday. That's the same day that we started applying the essential oils.
Now my brain would say, good job, keep going, you're doing so great. And like when I wasn't doing so good, you're like, you were doing so good today. Why are you suddenly not doing good? Go, 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 you're going so fast. Go, go, go. Something like that.
It's amazing because now he's coming home with all outstandings, A+, great self-esteem, has lots more friends, and helping around the house, which is amazing. And I am so happy.
One day I got a Star Student Award, and it's something that they get picked out of the whole class, and some people got picked twice because they were so good. And it felt really great because it felt like I had a new thing of honor in the classroom, and everybody respected me a little bit more, and they were a little bit nicer. Now that I have better grades in school, I might have a chance on getting to the other good colleges. And my future job is actually being a teacher. I just like seeing kids, and it's kind of fun. Essential oils are really, really great. They can help kids and sometimes parents.
Yeah, they help kids and sometimes parents. I love that. I wanted to show you that because I feel like sometimes we can feel so desperate as parents to find those answers and solutions for our kids. I love that we can try these without the risk of side effects, and with just like his mom said, she wasn't feeling comfortable going the medication route, so she wanted to try something first and take an all-natural approach, and it worked for them. And we can test that out and try that out. I just love that story. It just is so inspiring to me. I could watch it a million times. Okay, so, great question, Jessica. So Jessica put a question in the chat saying that she wants to, she's interested in the research behind the blends. Where can you find that accurate information? So Jessica, that is a little bit more of a detailed question. So why don't you wait until the end, and we'll give you some resources and help you get that information from the person that invited you, because we can share some links with you. I can spout them off really quickly. You can get research, see research on PubMed.com and aromaticscience.com, but we'll send you some links specific. If you want to check with the person, and if anyone who has a question about something specific like that, that is one of the great benefits of having a one-on-one coach or person that's working with you one-on-one, is they can answer those in-depth questions and really help you feel comfortable with whatever it is that your concern is. So great question. Thanks for bringing that up. Oh, thanks, Angela, for putting them in the chat. All right, so couple of things we want to talk about is, Amy, are you on? Yes. Okay. Oh, you are Amy. Amy Fulmer?
Nope. I'm Amy Richards.
Oh, well, hello, Amy Richards. Sorry, Amy. My friend Amy was going to jump on and was going to talk to us about nutrition and gut health, but she must have not been able to jump on. No problem. I will go ahead and talk about this. So we talked about how
she asked me to talk about the.
Oh, great.
Stuff. Is that okay?
Oh, of course. I didn't know that, Jenica. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. So, yeah, I have 5 kids, just so you know. So I'm not only going to talk to you about these things, but I'm going to tell you we actually use these things in our home with my children. And this is some of the children's vitamins. So We've got the A to Z multivitamin for the kids. It's a chewable vitamin, and the Omega that comes in a liquid form for the kids. And so this is what my children take. My older kids actually take the Lifelong Vitality, but which is what the adults do. But my younger kids take both of these. And then all my kids take the PB Assist, whether they can swallow the regular probiotic capsule or not. They all take that. It comes in a little, it looks like a pixie stick, if you can picture what a pixie stick looks like. And it tastes so yummy. I love to just put it like with their lunch, like a little dessert. And I know that they are getting all this great probiotic. So they really enjoy that, but it's really healthy for them. So those 3 items, the chewable, the Omega, and the PB Assist, or the probiotic assist, that's what that PB stands for, are just staples in our house. And it's just a really easy way to make sure that they're getting the proper nutrition that they need, and that they are also managing gut health, which is so huge. Just to have that healthy environment of the healthy bacteria that our bodies actually need to process, and it actually directly affects our brain as well. So we do all of those. And then and I
I'm sorry, can I interject something here,
yes.
Jenica? One of the reasons why I should have prefaced this a little bit is one of the big concerns is people worrying about getting sick, right? Well, poor nutrition is the #1 reason for poor health or weakened immune system. When your body's not getting the nutrition it needs, your immune system is greatly weakened. And then, like Jenica was saying, your gut being your second brain, right? So that affects your emotions and how you're dealing with stress and all this. So that's why we put this in here, not just because we just think, vitamins are great, but this actually is directly going to support you in helping with what you're going to be dealing with, whether it's boosting your immune system or having that gut health, which was what you're about to talk about. So I'll let you finish what you were saying.
No, I love that you added that. It's like I say, this is the foundation. It's the biggest building block, right? Like when you build a house, you have to have that foundation, or nothing is stable. And that is absolutely true when it comes to immunity and just health, right? Being in good overall health. And I just want to add, because I feel so passionate about this, I have had my own journey with my kids. And doTERRA has been a big part of it. I've been using doTERRA for the past 9 years. But I have, my oldest has really struggled with a whole myriad of things, starting from about the age of 3 with his preschool teacher saying, something is a little off here. You should go see a diagnostician. We thought maybe he's on the spectrum. So my whole journey began a long time ago. And what we found right away was that his nutrition, what I was I'm a pretty healthy mom, but what he was eating was affecting his brain. It was affecting his ability to think through things versus being impulsive. So anyway, a little bit of background, because I'm so passionate about the whole gut health thing. That was really imbalanced with my child, and we had to figure out that balance. And along the way, we used doTERRA products. I wanted to chime in, but I know we don't want to keep making this go longer than it needs to be. I wanted to chime in on the ADD focus part, because that was another huge piece to our puzzle to helping him, was using oils for focus. And much like that video said, his teacher was like, I don't know what you're doing, but he's doing great. And he was using doTERRA oils. So anyway, gut balance for children, and applies obviously for adults too, but I know this is kind of focused on kids right now. But gut balance, having a proper balance of the bad bacteria out of your gut, but having good bacteria in your gut will affect you emotionally and mentally. So it's going to affect your concentration. It's going to affect your anxiety levels, depression levels, and as well as it throws off other systems in your body. So super important. So this is just these are really easy things you can do just to arm your children, right? Give them daily vitamins. That, by the way, that IQ Mega, I take the adult form of our Omega, which is a pill. And I was so interested to learn that children's one is actually a lot stronger than the adult one, because children's brains are growing so rapidly, whereas we are done, with our growth as adults. So it's actually a really strong Omega blend, which is so helpful for brain health.
And it's great to put in smoothies, right? Like a way to give this to your kids. So in that realm of good nutrition, right? Sending them with a smoothie in the morning, putting that Omega, it has like a citrus flavor to it in there. They don't even know they're taking it, and they're getting this amazing product that
that's
helps
actually
their brain.
Exactly what I do. I just pour it in a smoothie, because if I can disguise it, they just take it without even knowing. I actually don't mind the taste of it, but sometimes kids can be picky. So, and then the Digest Zen and the Peppermint. So this is also helpful tools for gut health. So I can't tell you how often we pull out our Digest Zen. I mean, I love Digest Zen even for me, but in our family, if there's even the slightest like, oh, my tummy hurts, we have got our Digest Zen. Now this slide is showing the roller bottle. We also have it in the drip, the oil, and both of them work great, but the bottles are so easy for children just to open the, and rub it on their tummies. But honestly, my kids are like, Mom, it is amazing to me that within like a minute, my stomach feels better after using the Digest Zen. So I feel like that is one that just everyone should have in their medicine cabinet, right? Because you just never know when you'll need that. And then the peppermint, these are the little peppermint beadlets, which are really fun. It not only is it just like, it's really a drop of peppermint, like encoded in like a veggie capsule. And so it just dissolves in your mouth, but it's a super easy thing to do just after you have a meal, just to take that, because it freshens your breath. But that peppermint is so helpful for digestion. So you're freshening your breath, and it kind of feels like you've capped off your meal, right? But then it's going in there into your system, and it's really helping your body with, the digestive function. So it eases digestive discomfort, bloating, gas, any of those sort of things that we can experience when we eat. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you chiming in on that. So another thing that's going to affect your immune system and your overall how you're handling all the stress of everything that's going on is getting enough rest, right? Essential oils can definitely help with rest. Here's a couple of blend that are great for the diffuser, but also our Serenity and our lavender essential oils is great to just put directly on your feet when you're going to bed. But if you have a room where your kids are going to sleep, putting these blends in the diffuser or in individual oils to help them get a good night's rest is really going to aid and help them in their back to school journey, right? Okay, so we wanted to talk specifically about anxiety. So anxiety is something, in fact, I should have written this or got this statistic written down, but actually, do I have it? 1 in 13 people worldwide suffer from anxiety, making anxiety, and I think this is the right statistic. I just wanted to know where. I know that's the right statistic. I want to know where it's from. That's why I was looking around. But anyway, I can't remember where the statistic comes from, but 1 in 13 people worldwide are diagnosed or struggle with anxiety. That makes it the world's largest emotional concern and ailment that people are dealing with today. So this is so common. There's no shame in this. And there are tools we can use to, the plug of our day, exactly. There's tools we can use, and the anxiety is higher right this minute than ever before. People who have never experienced anxiety are having these, and it's a new thing for them to deal with. So there's a couple of strategies. One, I put on here the Wild Orange and Balance. The Wild Orange Balance and this adaptive system are our top, these are our top recommendations for anxiety. We talked about some of the kids blends that can help with that type of thing, like the Calmer and things like that. But adaptive is our anxiety calming blend system. It has a capsule and then an oil that work together synergistically to help your brain stay out of that fight or flight mode and help you move through those anxious feelings. I put a mask on here because a great tip of how to, since kids and adults are having to wear masks all day long, is to put a drop of oil, just a dab. And now I would want you to do it this way, not actually drop it like this in your mask, but just put your finger over the top, like open the bottle and just put your finger flat over the top of it and just tip your bottle over like that. So that you're getting about a quarter of a drop on your finger, and put it on the inside of your mask, not where it's going to touch your skin, which it's not going to hurt it if it touches your skin. Obviously, we put this on our skin, right? But you want it kind of out in front where you can breathe that and get that aromatic benefit, because remember, through your nose is the fastest way to your brain, which is the fastest way to affect your emotions. So putting Wild Orange, that happiness in a bottle, inside your mask, is going to make wearing a mask so much more pleasant, and give kids or adults that happy feeling. Also, the Balance or the Adaptive would be a great option to stick inside the mask to help with those anxious and stressful feelings. You could also put these, you can do it inside your mask, but you can rub it swipe right under your nose. That's where I just showed you how to do. Swipe right under your nose, behind your ears, the base of your skull are all really great places to apply that. And I wanted to show here a little keychain. So we have these little keychains that we actually have people, if you invite people to a class and as one of our hosts, we actually give you these keychains for free and fill them with oils for you. And these are great to have in your child's backpack, so that they can actually have some of these oils. They're not in a roller bottle, but in a way that they can put on their finger and put it inside their mask. This would be a really good option to have as a supply kit. Okay. Anybody else have something you want to say about the adaptive or the anxiety systems?
I was going to say something, if you're okay with that, Annette.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Thank you, Angela. I knew there was something that this.
No, you're good. From a teacher's perspective, I teach music classes, and I had a child who he went from happy to the next couple of weeks struggling. I was trying to figure it out, and I talked to his mom and found out he was dealing with ADD and ADHD, one of those. And so I started diffusing Adaptive in the room, and it was helpful, but the next week I was like, I want something even more helpful. And so I asked him if he would like, the students love the smell of it. They're like, what is that? So I offered a drop in his hand and let him do the little self-diffuse. And at the end of that class, he said, Miss Lala, you have to tell my mom about this. I have never, I was able to focus and concentrate like I've never been able to before. He said, promise me you'll tell my mom about this. And it became the routine for my classes after that. All the kids wanted it, so that's what we do. It's actually part of our routine. Right before we start our class, everybody gets a little drop of Adaptive, and they smell it for 30 seconds, and then we go. And it really is awesome.
I love that. Thank you for making sure that we heard that, because yes, that's so impactful. And I love that he recognized it himself and was like, please tell my mom. I think that's so cute.
I know, just warm my heart.
Well, you know what that tells me? It's the same thing when you use it on a baby or something. A lot of people, naysayers or skeptics will say, oh, it's just a placebo effect. You just think the oils are working. Well, a kid like that or a baby that you see the actual effect, they don't know what you're trying to make them what you're trying to make them do with using oils, right? Or what results you're hoping they have. They just are honestly telling you or showing you, oh, this is what's happening. So I just think that's interesting, and I love those stories, because that's what they say to me, is that this isn't just in my head. This really is what it says it is, right? Okay. So the other thing we want to touch on, and we are totally out of time, so I'm going to skim through these last ones. I'm sorry, we've just had so much to share. One of the other things is worrying about all the toxic chemicals with all of the sprays and cleaners and everything. Well, doTERRA has a whole line of On Guard products for, and On Guard is our protective blend. We kind of briefly mentioned it a little bit earlier, but On Guard is your protective blend. In fact, this comes from, the formulation comes from an old story back in time of the bubonic plague. You know, they had thieves that would go around and pickpocket all of the plague victims, and they would never get sick. And it was, you know, legend or you know, history tells us that they would put oils on their hands, and that's how they protected themselves from getting the plague, and they were able to steal and loot the dead bodies, which is a really creepy story, I know, but that's the kind of the theory behind and you can look up like plague oil recipe or whatever, and it's funny because a lot of the same essential oils that are found in On Guard is what you always see in history books when it talks about that. And so that's the same type of thing. This is what protects us and helps support our immune system to fight off viruses and illnesses and germs. Here's a clean air. You can put things in On Guard as well as other oils in your diffuser and have it purify your air. You can have create hand sanitizer that's non-toxic and chemical free harmful chemical, you know, without harmful chemicals. You can hand make it, or we've got a doTERRA brand one. The one thing we were going to talk about, I mentioned when Colette was talking internal, is reducing the toxic load. So you can control the toxicity in your own home and, you know, equipping your kids with non-toxic alternatives, but we can't really control what's happening in the world around us, right? What they're going to be using at your school. Hopefully you can offer some suggestions, but you know, just like with anything, we're not going to be able to control every environment. But one thing you can do is on a regular basis, take citrus in your water, which actually helps your body filter and detox those the toxins that you take in. It helps clean your liver and keeps your kidneys functioning properly. Lemon is great, and you would do this 2 or 3 drops in a water bottle. You know, we always suggest glass or metal water bottles, not plastic. But any of the citruses that are edible will be great. And just have your kids pick the one that they like the best, because they do all have that cleansing property and to help you reduce that toxic load. So we just hope that you feel a little more prepared with doTERRA's essential oils at your fingertips. You're prepared really to address about 80% of the health concerns and priorities at home without having to risk going to the doctor. And the time that to have your natural solution is before you actually need it, not at midnight when your kid wakes up sick with a fever, right? And there's a couple of ways that you can get oils in your home. You can buy oils retail. We don't ever really recommend that because it's the most expensive way. We know doTERRA makes it super easy to be a wholesale customer. It's just like having a Costco account. And so that's what we always suggest, is that you become a wholesale customer you can buy a membership for $35, and you have access to all of the doTERRA's products at 25% off the retail. There's no minimum purchase. It's just like going to Costco. They don't care how many times you show up. You buy your Costco account, and you can come there as little or as often as you want. And as long as you renew it every year, you're welcome, right? doTERRA is exactly the same. It's not something you have to buy a certain amount in a year or anything like that. And then they also make it easy to even get steeper discounts through their loyalty rewards program, and also starting with what they call enrollment kits. We're going to give you some suggestions if this is something and show you just a couple of the kits. There's several kits you can choose from, but we're going to highlight just a couple that would be really supportive for this back to school topic. The Healthy Essentials kit is one we have to always recommend because it covers just about everything we talked about. It comes with our top 10 oils. It comes with the things like adaptive and balance for anxiety. It comes with lavender, lemon, and peppermint, which addresses, we didn't even talk about things like allergies and first aid, all the first aid oils, the lemon for the detox, peppermint, digestin for the gut health, On Guard for supporting your immune system, Deep Blue and Copaiba for pain and tension, and Breathe to keep your airways open. Breathe would be another really good one to put inside your mask to help it increase your airflow and your respiratory function when you're having to have that mask on all day. This is a great kit, and it comes with a diffuser, which you save $113 over and above the wholesale price when you order, and it comes with a free membership, which I love. All the kits come with a free membership, so you don't have to pay the $35 membership fee, and you get a bunch of products to start your collection and start addressing your family's health needs right away. The other one that I wanted to point out would be this Healthy Home Kit. So I wanted to point this out because of all of the great On Guard products that you can use that we talked about to help. And then it comes with your top 10 oils also, including frankincense, which in a regular class we'd tell you lots more about. And oregano, which is great for viruses, and tea tree, right? And then this is what we call our customizable kit. This comes with our Deep Blue Rub, and it also comes with the wholesale membership. It comes with your lemon, your On Guard, and your Serenity. We talked about Serenity as an option for helping with sleep. And we call it the customizable kit because it's really easy. It's a lowest price point, comes with the free membership, and then you can easily add on. And here are some add-on ideas that would be that are things that we've talked about tonight. Like getting the whole kids collection. You can buy them individually, but if you buy them in a collection, you save a little bit of money by buying them in a collection over and above the wholesale price. And it comes with this great little bag and the cards when you buy it in the collection. The adaptive system for to dealing with anxiety, having that wild orange handy. Then I'm showing, and you can add anything. These are just some ideas of things that you might add on to that customizable kit. And this month only, we have 3 of our great focus blends that are an additional discount of 15% off. Intune, that was the oil that the little boy in the video used to help with his focus and his brain fog, right? Intune. Motivate is an energizing blend. So that's great when you're needing to focus on a project or get homework done or shut out distractions. Thinker also is the focus blend we talked about. And these are all 15% off when you get them in August. When you enroll this month with an order of 100 PV or higher, so that's a product value or higher, you actually get a bonus this month of the Essential Emotions book. This book is an amazing tool to have in your toolbox when it comes to essential oils, where you can look up the emotion that you're dealing with, especially with everything that's going on, and it'll give you an oil suggestion to use. It'll give you some questions or some meditating and thinking, some to process through that emotion, along with an affirmation or a declaration that helps build you back up with a visualization that helps you to heal and move through whatever it is you're dealing with. It's a great resource, and also has information on every single oil that we offer right now, and their emotional benefits and the emotional properties. This is an incredible resource, and you get this for free when you enroll this month with 100 PV or higher. And if you're already someone who is enrolled, if you do a loyalty order for 100 PV or more, you also can get this sent to you. So know that you're not exempt for getting this benefit. And then lastly, we always want people to be equipped with knowing how to use their essential oils. So if you, when you enroll and sign up with that loyalty order, you can get the Essential Life book for free. And with this, you also get from us, whoever is enrolling you or working with you, a welcome packet and a personal consultation, which will help. They'll walk you through how to use your book so you can feel really confident and understanding how to use all of your essential oils and get the best out, the most use out of them, as well as we have continuing education classes, and you have access to our ongoing support and using your essential oils. So that's the end of our class. we actually have a survey that we are asking that everyone here fill out. And this is why. If the person who invited you is going to text you right now the link to the survey. Bush, do you actually have that to pop in the, oh, thanks, Angela. Angela already did it. You're on it. Angela posted it in the chat, but also the person who invited you should be texting it to you also. When you fill out the survey, it gives us just a little bit more information about how we can serve you moving forward, whether it's answering a question or whether it's giving you more information about some options or about a specific product, or giving you our best recommendations of what the next best step would be for you to try out and test what oils that you want to have on hand to support you and your family. So not only that, but you also, the person who invites you gets credit for being a host and some free products. So you're helping the person who invited you out by filling that out, as well as giving us the tools we need to help you in any way we can. If you're someone who is sitting there thinking, you know, I am so excited to have these in my home, to live a more natural lifestyle. Well, we will support you with continuing education and ongoing support. If you're someone who's sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, this would be so much fun. I bet my mom would need this. I know my friend is really, he has kids who are struggling with this or that, or, you know, people are popping into your mind, then you will want to tell the person or put on your survey that you'd be interested in being a host, and that we can give you one of these fun little keychains for introducing us to your friends and family and allowing us to teach them and serve them and help them to get these solutions in their home also. So let the person who invited you know if you want to take advantage of that and you're feeling that that interest in sharing. We are actually going to give you just a minute or two. We are like 15 minutes over, and I appreciate everyone who's been patient. Our classes don't usually have this much specific about one specific topic, so I know we went a little bit over, and I apologize. But I'm going to give you just a minute or two to fill out that survey, and everyone who fills the survey out, we're going to do a drawing for a Flume roller. So this is a roller bottle that's an intense immune boosting roller bottle. This is a DIY kind of blend where it's a blend of 6 essential oils, and this is something you can use to boost your immune system every single day. It's a pretty strong immune boost by putting it on the bottom of your feet, but also if you get sick, this is that thing that you can use more often, more aggressively, to help support your body's immune function to overcome those viruses and help your body support it as it heals through your sickness. And it really, I don't know, anybody have a testimonial while we are letting people fill out that survey that wants to share about? Angela, do you want to share your On Guard testimonial?
Sure. Oh my goodness, I love On Guard. Every time I get a little tickle in my throat, a little indication that there might be something going on, I take On Guard. And people do it differently. You can put it in your water. I like to take it straight down my throat, just one drop on my throat. It kind of numbs it a little bit for a few minutes, and then I stick it in my pocket, and every time my throat gives me some indication that it's still there and it's not happy, I put another drop. And I have had probably seven times in the last, since December, where I've been able to just knock it out. I've never gotten sick since I started using that. And I also use, I call it Flute because we used to, the M stands for Melaleuca, and now it's tea tree, and thyme. I add thyme to it, and I put that on my feet every day, and I, knock on wood, I haven't gotten sick, and I am just really grateful
Don't
for
plan
it.
to, right?
That's right.
All right, I'm going to give you just one more minute to get that survey in so we can do a drawing. And this is the official end, as soon as we do the drawing, of our class. Those of you who are interested, the third type of person who comes to this class is someone who's watching us and saying, you know, it would be so amazing to have a job where I could serve and help people and find solutions that are so life-changing and make such an impact. I'd love to do what you guys are doing. I want you to stick around if you have any interest in hearing what it's like to work with us and be part of our team and community. We have about a 10-minute presentation that, let's see, Jenica, did Amy ask you to do this part also, or are you still there, Jenica? Okay, never mind. I'll do it. No problem. Amy was going to do this one, but I will go ahead and do it. I'll do this 10-minute presentation. You've heard a lot from me, so Angela or Colette, if you guys are interested in doing this, otherwise I'll keep talking.
Well, if I can get my notes up fast enough.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and do a drawing with everyone who has filled out the survey. Please go ahead and, even if you haven't filled it out yet, take the time to do that. Even if you haven't done it before the giveaway, that's not the only reason. Again, your host will get credit for you being here by filling out the survey, which is, we just want to thank you for doing that, and also give us that ability to know how we can serve you moving forward. So go ahead and do that. All right, so Colette, will you pick a number between 1 and 8? Colette, are you there?
I'm here. Sorry, I'm talking to myself, muted. Let's go with 7.
All right. Well, congratulations, Emily Stevens. You are the winner of our Flute Roller Bottle. So
congratulations.
We'll send you that in the mail. And everybody keep filling out your surveys. And those of you who want to stick around and with us for just a few more minutes, we'll be done in 10 minutes. So I just want to share with you a little bit what it's like, the joy of sharing oils with others. I've been in this industry for a while now, but I have been using essential oils for about 9 years, but it's just been recently in the last year or so when I've stopped and looked at this as a business opportunity. I have loved oils for a really long time, and there were things I didn't know. So why doTERRA? Why would this be something that maybe you'd look at as on the business side? There's a couple of things about doTERRA that just really make it special and unique. It's the largest essential oil company in the world. And it we had talked about this a little bit before. We have the most tested, the most trusted oils on the market. They're used by doctors and hospitals worldwide. They're in a medicinal grade that no other oil from any other company hits the same level of testing that these guys go through. That's why Huntsman Cancer Center is partnered with doTERRA, why IHC partners with doTERRA, why St. Elizabeth's partnered with doTERRA, as well as a number of other hospitals worldwide. And their products are ethically and sustainably sourced. Why that is important is doTERRA doesn't just go into third world countries and build a big factory and take over everything. No, they partner directly with farmers. They cut out the middleman, which is why we know exactly what's in our oils, because there is no middleman in our process. They partner directly with farmers and help them to teach them sustainable farming practices. So it builds where we harvest the communities and the economies. They build schools and water systems and healthcare facilities in these areas where they're just changing the world, by creating these jobs and this sustainable way for people to make a living in these countries that, before doTERRA came in, they were being taken advantage of by middlemen who would undercut them. They had no resource, no way to negotiate for them. We help them to create co-ops, and I could go on and on about this. It's one of the coolest things about doTERRA. I just think it's so neat. So every time you buy something from doTERRA, you are impacting people all over the world and sustaining their livelihoods. In addition, the ethics on both sides of this bottle is just unheard of. And I literally could talk for another half hour just about how cool that is. But we're open in 120 markets. So if you have friends and family around the world, it's very likely that you would be able to share doTERRA with them and have it bless their lives too. The compensation plan is one of the things that everyone talks about, the great compensation plans, but I have never been, like I said, I've been in a direct selling company or, you know, in this industry for several years, for a long time. I've been with multiple companies looking for the right fit for me. And this is my home. I will stay here for the rest of the time that I'm in this industry because of their incredible compensation plan. I have never seen a company that has as many people successful and working together to help each other be successful. That's one of the things I love about our team and the way the compensation plan is structured. It rewards people for serving each other. It rewards you leaders for serving the people they partner with. And it is so amazing. It's not a cutthroat. It's not only the people at the top earn money. It literally is genius. And I love that. We have an incredible retention rate. That's another thing that's super unique. In this industry, in the direct selling industry, the average is anywhere between 2 and 13%. doTERRA's customer retention is 65%. That means that people who are members, are wholesale members, they don't always care about the business opportunity. They order the products because they love the products. It's lots of other direct selling or multi-level marketing kind of companies often people join them because they're interested in the business, and then they buy the product because that's part of the business model. Well, this retention just shows that people order and use the products for the products itself because they are such incredible, amazing, powerful products, regardless of the business side. And the business side is just a bonus. So that also for a business level, having that retention rate is an incredible business opportunity, right? It's privately owned, credible ownership team, debt-free, with no outside funding. I said one of the greatest things is the community that we are a part of, and we are supportive. And I really love that. It's one of my favorite parts about this industry. You know, people ask, why doesn't doTERRA just have a big doTERRA store or things like that? Well, it's because so much our business is not selling oils. Our business is educating people and helping them, hooking them up with memberships so they get the oils at the exact same price that we get them at. We're not profiting from someone buying their oils at a higher rate because we're selling them for a profit margin. We are helping hook them up with the same benefits we have and continuing to support them with education and tools. And that's why our job is so much fun. We're not salesmen. We are educators and support and service-oriented, meaningful, purposeful work. And I love how we support each other. And if you at all feel that kind of a call, this would be a great home for you. Some questions you might have is, how do I make money? How much time's involved? Could this work for me? What's the next step? Well, how you make money is you sample people, you teach them, you enroll them, and you continue to support them, just like I just described. The earning potential is incredible. These statistics here, these dollar amounts are monthly amounts, and they're not hypothetical. These are actual average company averages. I think this chart is from 2018 of what people make on a monthly basis at different leadership levels. And there are literally hundreds and hundreds of people making this top level income, and thousands upon thousands making those mid to upper levels. And that is another thing about doTERRA is, like I said, I've never been in a company that has that quantity of people supporting each other and all benefiting. So the income potential is just incredible. How much time's involved? Well, if you just wanted to do it a little bit to just get your oils paid for so you could have this healthy lifestyle and incorporate these products into your home with ease, then it might look like a few hours a week over time. And if you want to really supplement your income, like pay for your mortgage or pay for your utilities and cover a certain portion of your expenses, then it may look more like 5 to 15 hours a week. If you really want to have an impactful income, one of those higher tiers, and you want to totally replace your income and have an income of legacy, then you'd be looking at more like 15 to 30 hours a week. But what 15 to 30 hour a week job do you have that kind of income potential? Most of us work at the same job, trading dollars for hours instead of creating a residual income where you invest your time and have that time investment pays you over and over and over for years to come. So that's what you're really doing. You're investing that time for those 15 to 30 hours and building that pipeline of income, and instead of just trading your hours for a paycheck. And could this work for you? Well, if you're passionate about oils, if you love the idea of essential oils and all natural solutions, then this totally could work for you. Do you like working for people, not for people, with people? Do you love people? Do you love serving? And can you follow a system and get things done? If you can say with any assurity, yeah, I think I can, then this is absolutely the industry for you. And we would help you just plug you in to our training and our resources. If you already have a wholesale account and you're just a customer right now, you can always choose to upgrade. There's no additional cost. You just set your LRP to your loyalty rewards program order to 100 PV, and that makes you eligible for commission. So it's super easy, doesn't cost you any more. There's no difference in your membership cost, right? And if you don't have an account yet, then just choose a kit and get your LRP set up, the loyalty rewards program order set up. Then reach out for help. Like I said, we'll plug you into all of our training and resources and help you every step of the way so that you don't feel lost or like you're on your own. And you just start making a list of the people that you want to help first, and you start making invitations and help and plug them into our team's classes and learn how to do this with us. So I love, the only thing keeping you from what you want is your story about why you can't have it. So if this is piquing your interest at all, don't hesitate to talk with the person who is serving you and coaching you, and letting them answer your questions. Do we have any questions, by the way? Those of you who stuck around, we're actually going to do one more drawing for those of you who stuck around. And I didn't say that before. Maybe that more people would have listened, no problem. But for those of you who have stuck around, I want to give one more, where's my other giveaway? We're going to give, I can't find it right now, but we're going to give, pretend I have a little wild orange in my hand. We're going to give a wild orange away for those of you who stuck around. And let's see. Bush, will you pick a number between 1 and 6?
4.
All right. Well, congratulations, Crystal. You are the winner of our wild orange. So I will get that delivered to you as soon as possible. So thank you all for coming tonight. And did I miss any questions in the chat? All right. Well, thanks, everybody. I appreciate you being here.
Thanks, Annette.
Have a good night.
Night all.